prior to the release of the videos by Congress, which Judicial Watch helped force out, and the release of these videos, you had to rely on the left-wing media to figure out what quote was going on Capitol Hill on January 6th. Now, thanks to these disclosures, you won't have to face any roadblock or any editorial decision-making in terms of figuring out what happened on January 6th. Big news, Judicial Watch uncovered or forced the release of over 1,000 hours of video from January 6th, video taken by the body cams of D.C. Metropolitan Police officers who responded to the incident that day. It's a massive revelation, massive information that should have been released years ago and is only being released thanks to Judicial Watch's heavy lifting. Here's a video that quickly summarizes how we got to this space.
Judicial Watch forced the release of over 1,000 hours of D.C. Metropolitan Police body camera footage from the events of January 6, 2021 at the U.S. Capitol. The videos were released as the result of an April 2026 court ruling in a D.C. Freedom of Information Act lawsuit. The D.C. police initially denied an August 2021 request for all body-worn camera footage recorded by police officers responding to the January 6, 2021 events at and around the U.S. Capitol. A D.C. court dealt a major blow to government secrecy by ruling that the D.C. police could not broadly blur and censor the footage, nor could D.C. police charge Judicial Watch $1.5 million to produce the footage for release. Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton had this to say about the release. The release of these previously secret D.C. police January 6 body cam videos are the result of a hard-fought victory for transparency by Judicial Watch. Judicial Watch encourages citizens, law enforcement, Congress, and media to carefully review these videos so they can see more of the truth about January 6. The release of the body cam footage is another in a long list of Judicial Watch victories related to January 6, including a historic settlement for the estate of Ashley Babbitt, an Air Force veteran who was shot and killed by police officer Michael Byrd in the Capitol. Babbitt's death was the only official homicide on January 6th. To view the body cam footage and learn more about Judicial Watch's work uncovering the truth about January 6, visit judicialwatch.org.
So another great victory for transparency and accountability by your friends here at Judicial Watch. And of course, we're only able to achieve these results with your support. And this was another hard-fought, unnecessarily so in my view, battle to get access to this basic information. And, you know, as the report showed earlier, that they essentially wanted to make the videos useless to us. So the D.C. police said, well, we've got all these videos, but we have to go through them one by one and remove all images or blur out the images of everyone in the videos, more or less. And we're like, well, that's ridiculous. A, you don't need to. And B, if you did, it would make it largely useless to citizens who have a right to know about what happened that day. And so, as we said, they wanted to charge us $1.5 million to make the videos useless to us, who were trying to get them so we could show what happened as opposed to blur what happened. And thankfully, a court here in the District of Columbia, a local court, the judge, she ruled there's no privacy reason to withhold this information or blur it out. And, you know, thankfully, the D.C. government saw the writing on the wall and just released the videos to us. So a great victory, and many of these videos haven't been released before. I think a few of them might have been used in court proceedings with the Biden administration's efforts to jail thousands of people from January 6th. It might have been used a little bit on the Hill during those kangaroo proceedings that Pelosi's January 6th committee was conducting. Here we've got these complete videos, and some of them might be distressing. I mean, there's 1,600 plus of them, over 1,000 hours. So I encourage you and everyone else watching to watch the videos. If there's material in there that's important, find it. Share it on media. Let us know. Send us an email. Send us a note saying, hey, Judicial Watch, this is interesting. This video is particularly interesting, and tell us why you think it's interesting. So if you want to review each of the 1,627 body cam videos made available to Judicial Watch and to the American people as a result, you can go to our website. It's over 1,000 hours of video. Here it is, judicialwatch.org/January 6 bodycam / right? So, you know, you can scroll down. My colleagues will take it from here. You'll see all the videos. We used, I think, the file names they gave us, the government gave us. And so we'll go down. Let's play that video that we looked at earlier, guys. So this video that they're going to find, they were in the, looks like the police were in the infamous tunnel on the west side of the Capitol. And I think, there it is. So you can see back past the shoulder of this police officer. That's the exit to the Capitol steps. So it looks like a very tough and dangerous situation for everyone involved. Let's go find some other videos. So this is what, you know, this is what you have to do. This is what Americans need to do, which is to go and look at the videos and see if they can find anything. Go click on that center one. I think that gives you a good view of the crowd that the police had from, that looks like scaffolding that was put in place for the inauguration. So that's where those officers are. The camera is facing, that's the Capitol on your right. And then to the left is where the crowd was assembling. So under the theory of the Biden administration, everyone standing on the grass out there was in violation of criminal law and could have been prosecuted. I don't know if there's any sound on this one.
No audio on this one.
So there's no audio on this one, but it gives you an idea of what some of the police were doing. How long is this video? So some of the videos run from a few seconds to several hours. This one runs how long? I can't see.
2 hours.
So this one runs 2 hours. Let's scroll up a little bit, see what happens in the video. Okay, well now you can hear some sound. Go down a little bit more, so we go past a little bit. That looks like just views of the Capitol. Let's get to some more examples.
We're going way faster on the left than we are
So
on
this
the
is
right.
another evening video, so this is probably
way off
that time of year, probably 5 o'clock. Oh, actually, it tells us.
the stairs, right, and this right here. But look. We've got them pinned in. We've got to open that up.
Am I reading that right?
Look at the
5:35?
shields. Yeah, with the shields, we're holding them in there. We got to push them off.
There's a stairway right there? There's stairs.
So we're going to have to fucking...
They're going to fall down the stairs.
Yes, they are.
All right, so let's get that corrected. Do what you got to do. Make it happen.
Okay.
Well, there was still a big crowd there at the Capitol late into the evening.
Everybody, I love you. You got to go to the front lines.
Is it who's up front? Arlington County?
You gotta tell them to go slow. I'll go on
So these are
one side.
videos that kind of
right,
show.
right.
Yeah.
Come back to that.
They go
These are
fast.
videos that kind of show the police interaction with the crowds from a distance. I think the more interesting videos, and this is going to require, Judicial Watch will be taking a look at these videos, obviously, but those of you interested, just delving into the videos more closely to see the individual reactions, the appropriateness of the police behavior, the inappropriateness of the police behavior, and similarly for the demonstrators and the First Amendment protesters who were there, who did what, and was there interaction that was inappropriate on the part of the police. I think we need to find that out or get better information on that, hopefully from these videos. And certainly anyone, the civilian side who was behaving inappropriately, that's going to come forward here. But we've had plenty of information on that side of the equation. And what's interesting about this video release is that there's really no one getting in the way of you figuring out what went on. So you may recall that until really Judicial Watch pushed hard to get access to the January 6 videos that Congress had, there was really no good way for a citizen to find access to all the information about what happened on January 6, at least when it came to videos and such. And Judicial Watch litigation, we sued and sued and sued to get access to the January 6 videos that Congress had. And thankfully, Speaker Mike Johnson and his team largely released these records in response to not only Judicial Watch's lawsuit, but widespread public demand. Then it turns out there was a whole other category of records, the January 6 videos that the DC police had, that we're now only getting access to. So what's great about both developments that Judicial Watch had a hand in make happening is that prior to the release of the videos by Congress, which Judicial Watch helped force out, and the release of these videos, you had to rely on the left-wing media to figure out what quote was going on Capitol Hill on January 6th. Now, thanks to these disclosures, you won't have to face any roadblock or any editorial decision-making in terms of figuring out what happened on January 6th. You can get access to all these videos on Judicial Watch's website and the other January 6 videos by Congress. Now, is there other material? I'm sure there is, and we've been suing for it. But at least in terms of the videos, thanks to Judicial Watch, you can get access to them. As I said, Judicial Watch isn't slowing down in terms of getting access to information about January 6th and the abusive, lawless response to it by the Biden administration, who used the incident at the Capitol on January 6th as an excuse to jail, not only try to jail President Trump, but all of his political supporters, or most of them, and to target spying operations on members of Congress and other innocents. It's completely, in terms of abuses of power, there have been few comparable in American history to the abuses of power that Biden and his gang engaged in using January 6th as a pretext, including abuses of power targeting me, targeting Judicial Watch, and indirectly you, fellow Judicial Watch supporter, as well. We've got other cases going on out there. We had the big Ashley Babbitt case where we sued on her behalf, on her family's behalf, her estate's behalf, and the Trump administration settled for nearly $5 million our wrongful death lawsuit. But we also have other pending pieces of litigation. U.S. Department of Justice lawsuit for records on the accelerated January 6 prosecutions after Trump was elected president on in November 2024. The Biden administration, anticipating President-elect Donald Trump's promise to issue pardons, is believed to have accelerated prosecutions in the final month of Biden's term. We got ATF records, for example, in the past, showing that the CIA was present on the grounds of the Capitol on January 6th. They had dog teams and other support personnel there. And we filed a lawsuit for more information on that. We've been getting the runaround. And right now, despite our lawsuit, Congress has yet to release information or emails about the decision-making related to security on January 6th. So there's still hidden emails from Congress about January 6th. Who did what in terms of providing security and ordering security and protection on January 6th? Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell. They were the responsible two leaders of Congress who ultimately, under the way things work up there, were responsible for the security failures on January 6th as well. And there's email traffic, we believe, that could reflect on that and other congressional involvement in the security failures, but they're still being held or kept secret from the American people. And so not only has Judicial Watch gotten access to information that's important about January 6th, we are still suing to gain access to more information that's important about January 6th. So a big find, an historic find by your Judicial Watch. And of course, we're only able to do it with your support. Without your support, we can't operate. It's that simple. And if you're not supporting us, I encourage you to do so. If uncovering, without the help of Congress, without the help of the administration, because this wasn't an administration group of records, this was the local DC police, without the help of the media, it was Judicial Watch that said, what about these January 6 body cam videos of the DC police? Give them to us. And we fought and fought and fought and won in court for them. And so, and the only reason we're able to win or be even around to fight is thanks to you. So I encourage you, if you're not already doing so, to support your Judicial Watch. And if you are, thank you, and I encourage you to support us again because we just gave you more reason to do so. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.